Welcome, welcome, welcome. High Confessions 369. It's your girl Celeste T here. And tonight we got open panel. We're going to talk about intimacy, what's in, what's out. I know a few people wanted to talk about relationships, what's really going on between black men and black women. Why can't we come to anything common? You know how I say we love our black men, we respect our black men when they act like black men. So we're gonna wait and see if we have people join the panel and see if we can get more people to come into the live. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Drop a comment. Let me know how you feel. What is one of the most common things or when you're in a relationship? Some people don't like doing like the role play and stuff like that. Some people are not intimacy. Some people don't show affection and stuff like that. How do you go about finding what they like? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you got to ask questions and stuff like that, but what if they don't want to answer those questions? What if they're like shy? What if they don't even know what they like? I know a lot of single people out there can honestly jump in and tell me what's really going on. A lot of couples out there can jump in and tell me what they do to keep the sparks going. Me personally, I like the communication. You know what I'm saying? I like when a guy can be romantic. I like when they step out the box and really listen to you and figure out what you like and don't like and how to get you there. I know I had a question on why is it so much rift between black men and black women? Can anybody tell us? Because at the end of the day, if you remove the vagina and the penis or whatever, we're the same. We're still one, regardless of everything we have. Like there has to be a way for everyone to communicate. And if it's something you don't like, move along. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure everybody out there know that they don't like something. And when you don't like something, you move around.
Hello.
Welcome to the stage, New Nina. Make sure y'all check her out on New Nina Rice on Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube. What's going on?
Nothing. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're just on here talking about intimacy, how to keep things fresh, how to keep things, interesting.
Cool.
The rift between black men and black women. How can we communicate better? Or should we just have sex more? What is it?
Well, having sex come with the wanting to. And if I'm gonna be honest, if niggas is being acting like bitches, woman's not going to want to.
That's true. That's true. It's like, what you want me to do? Pull you want me to breastfeed you or something? Like, you want me to breastfeed you? They might like that though. You know how some guys are.
Yeah, some of these niggas got mommy issues, just like some of these women got daddy issues.
And I know I got daddy issues. I miss my daddy. You feel me? But I
I'm
don't
a
want to
smile
date my
too.
daddy. I think I try to do the opposite.
You would think, right? Especially if they,
Right,
supposedly your mom left that bad of a taste in your mouth, but then you go get a woman just like her.
right. Make it make sense,
It don't.
you know? It'd be crazy to me, like, when I can say something, or women, not just me, women can say something to a guy and then they blow up on them. But let
Yeah,
a guy say something. They calm, they can have a comment, a decent conversation. You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Even
They can have a good
backpedal on their
conversation with
opinion
everybody but you.
when a man checked them, it'd be like, "Oh, I see what you mean, bro. Yeah, I can see how you can see it that way." But let a woman say the same thing, it will be, "You stupid as hell," and blah blah blah.
Yeah, you dumb
Like, dang,
hoe.
you
Like,
hella hype when it's a woman.
right. Like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to really go battle against her. Like, what does that, how do that make you look really? At the end of
Exactly.
the day, it's like you ready to go up against a girl you laying next to instead of a nigga you talk to in the blue moon.
Huh? That's
So
just
like,
fair as hell. It's like, oh, if you care more about the approval of some men than you do about women, then what is you?
exactly. Maybe you should go and sleep with them men or be with the
Exactly.
homies. That's
If
when
you
you
love
have
them
the
so much.
right. Right. If you rather be on the phone with them and stuff like that, you can't be talking shit like you don't know me, but you ain't trying to get to know me neither. Nigga. Like you ain't even trying to have a conversation.
A lot of times, these men don't really want to know you anyway. They want to know they want you to be who they want you to be and what they want you to be. And the second you're not, they lose interest.
Exactly. And once you start standing up for yourself, not saying yes all the time, things will change.
Yeah.
Once they figure out they can't walk all over you, things will change. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Even if the thing that changes them getting lost. Rid yourself of me.
Right.
But the reason why all of them things are even proposed is the way that women are treated, in everything, in books and literature, on television, however they portray, you know what I mean? That's the sense that would make people feel the way that they feel. It feels like they think like they could treat women like a child, like beneath them or something, to a degree.
Right.
But yeah, that ain't what it is. You know what I mean?
Right. I completely understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Think about it.
it's just
These motherfuckers grow up thinking about how women should be used. Like they see women as sexual objects in a sense. You know what I mean? And then they go out and then they get rejected by them. It could be their first experiences. You know what I mean? They get
yeah, they
rejected.
get rejected.
They're
They
gonna
get
fuck
rejected
into
because
an
they
instant.
realize they ain't no man. Shit. They
They get
finally realize that the stuff they want women to do for them, they need to be doing something for them women to get that type of stuff. You just can't be sitting on your ass, laying down, not doing the dang thing. Like, what are you doing to provide things for this woman? You know what I'm saying? Like,
thing that I'm saying is that the way the society is, it's always going to be a line drawn to where, I mean, it's always going to be uh, beef. You know what I mean? The way that everything is made up. If it keep going like this, it's always going to be an issue between men and women, or between whatever group you want to think about, because that's why it's described. That's why it's designed like this. Because I can see a whole bunch of patterns, on why shit is and why shit isn't. You know what I mean? And it don't
and I
even
feel like a
lie
lot of
in every
people,
case. It don't even lie in every case. You know what I mean? But people gonna draw it out as one entity. It's gonna be like these men is tripping, these women are tripping, which is it's individuals within the group. You know what I mean?
yes, individuals that don't want to take accountability or they want to be on that same shit, so they're gonna agree with the person that's actually doing the harm, and they ain't gonna say nothing. Maybe.
And then it comes a point to where what should be is the people start looking down on what should be, and then what it, you know what I mean? Like the shit that the
Right.
right people look down on. You know what I mean? The shit that's wrong, people entertain that bullshit. You know what I mean?
Right. And then you got to think about what type of man and what type of woman you dealing with too. Everybody ain't raised the same. Everybody wants something different. You know what I'm saying? If you know you got a dude that can't fix nothing, you know what I'm saying? Then you know you need to have a handyman on call. You feel me? Because you know you ain't gonna get nothing done in the house trying to get them to do it.
You know what I mean? But then there's the way to where, okay, if this nigga don't fix it, there's ways around it. You can still, you know what I mean, be
But
with
I'm
it.
talking about there's ways around it, but you know,
That's called
if
selling.
a man don't know how to fix something, he'd be like, oh, just call a repair guy. You would think they would want to go and call the repair guy. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they leave it up to the woman to do all that stuff. And
that's
then
fine.
complain about her masculinity.
Exactly. But and then the problem come in too. Most men like that then they'll turn around and try to accuse you of sleeping with the freaking repair guy. And you're like, first of all, he wouldn't even have to be in our house if you would, you know what I'm saying? Do something about this. What I'm
But
telling you
then
is
that's what we drawing back the lines of what women should do and what men should do. Because then a nigga can say, y'all motherfuckers should be up in there cooking and cleaning then.
They do say that. They
not
want
every man.
barefooted.
We're not trying to combat what motherfuckers is saying. We're trying to be what's right. You know what I mean? Like I'm not about to go around because these niggas is setting the narrative like that. I'm not saying the same thing as these niggas. You know what I mean? There's got to be some niggas that's doing some opposite shit. Because a lot of these
And
niggas
compare
themselves to women. They compare themselves to women, thinking about women and men ain't supposed to do the same shit. First off, they supposed to bring different shit to the table. If you a man and you expecting a woman to bring the same shit to the table, you go fuck with a nigga then. Go fuck with a nigga.
I mean, I can't. Yeah, exactly. But you know, there is good men out there that's really doing their big one, that's really doing their thing, treating their woman right and stuff. They just not getting no kind of acknowledgement. They not trying to show that right now.
At the end of the day, is what you allow. If a woman allow a man to sit there and not do what he's supposed to do, lead, fix things, then he is not going to do the things he's supposed to do. If a man allow a woman not to cook and clean and they want a bad bitch, they always want to go out, that woman is going to do that. It's what you allow. At the end of the day, everything falls on you. It's what you allow. Am I going to allow this nigga not to lay up in my house, not work, not pay no bills, not do anything? Or am I going to put my foot down and be like, look, this is what I expect. This is what I need. If you can't give this to me, then bye. Period, point blank. It's what you allow. Sometimes we like to blame everybody else and we don't look at what we allow. We settle. We settle because we want to be happy. We settle because we think that's what society wants. Don't settle. You don't have to settle.
You settle to survive.
You don't have to settle. You need to be happy and you need to put yourself first. And if a nigga think you fucking the fucking maintenance guy or the plumber guy, that means he insecure.
Yeah.
And why is he insecure? It could be things how he was raised, relationships before that. But you got to understand, are you going to put up with the insecurities? Are you going to want to sit there and deal with that every day? Or are you going to be like, look, if you don't build up your securities, or I'm gone. It's what you allow.
And the way
I agree. That's the great Phoenix, y'all.
Yeah. And the way to build up your security is work on your motherfucking self. Because you're insecure because there might be something you're not able to provide that you think somebody else is going to provide that shit. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, that shit don't matter. It's about what you put into yourself and what you put into the world. That shit going to come back to you. If somebody fuck over you, fuck them. You know what I mean? It is what it is. They was going to do that shit anyway. Don't matter what the fuck you do.
But if people are truthful to themselves and speak their truth, if I'm going into a relationship, honey, I'm not working. I cannot do this, this, and this, but I am going to be looking for a job. You letting that person choose to deal with it or not. And if that person chooses to deal with it, they're going to support you. They're not going to say you're lacking because you told them up front, you can't do this and this, but you could do this, this, and this. So you're making sure you're taking care of everything else because you can't provide this, this, and this. And then once you start providing it, then that person's going to see you kept your word.
Yeah. that's where the trust gonna come in. Okay, I could trust this
Right.
motherfucker for what they say. They just ain't
Right.
gonna say some shit and it's gonna fall. They gonna keep dropping the ball. This motherfucker gonna try to do what
Right,
they do the shit.
That would be in a perfect world, but we're not in that. You know what I'm saying? We know what people do.
But the
Some
funny
of them
thing
take
is,
advantage of the situation.
hey,
Some of
but
them go back on their word once it's all said and done. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to treat them people accordingly and let God handle them.
It's still what you allow.
You know what I'm saying? You trust people to keep their word like you keep yours. If they don't have integrity or morals or they can't keep it, their word, then you know what the type of people you dealing with.
you trust their actions. You know,
Right.
you trust their actions until you can trust everything, motherfucker. You can't most of the time anyway. You know what I mean? Trust their motherfucking actions. Trust them to be whatever they gonna be.
Right. People are starting to think love is a scam. You know what I'm saying? Because there's lack of romance and everything. And I'm like, love is not a scam. When you find it, you really will find it and you will know it.
But the thing is this, everybody loves different. Everybody was shown love differently. This all goes to back when you're young. If your mom hugged you and kissed you and told you that she loved you, you're going to show that in your relationships because that's what you're used to. If you're used to talking out your issues, that's what you're going to show in your relationship. You're going to talk out your issues. You're not going to yell, scream, cuss, fight. You're not going to do that.
Right.
It's what you're taught when you're younger.
And if you used to your parents taking up for your ass, that means you ain't gonna never take accountability or responsibility for anything you do.
No, that's not true. It's all on how you carry yourself. But people love different. Everybody's definition of love is different. Your definition of love is going to be different from mine. Why? Because we could be raised different. I could have been shown love in a different way. Some women who get hands put on them, they think that's love. Why? Because they seen their mom get beat or their dad get beat in a relationship, and they think that's love because that's what their parents showed them. Even though we know it's not, we know it's toxic, we know that can be dangerous, but that's what they were shown.
And maybe some men should come with something different, like instead of saying, "Oh,
it's not
you
only
sexy,
men. It's not only
beautiful,"
men.
come with something different.
Yeah, but it's not only men. Women do the same thing. You have women who out there who wants to just get money from dudes.
Yeah,
who lie and who cheat and who's not really loving. You got some men who's out there really being faithful and being good to them, to that woman, but she's doing stuff that is not right. So it's not only men, it's women too. It's women too. And a lot of women, we always talk about men, but women do the same thing. We may be a little bit more smoother with it, but women do the same thing.
Women, we just keep everybody in friend zone. We keep everybody in friend zone, so that way they can't say we did nothing.
A lot of women don't keep it.
That's why niggas out there don't trust with friends. That's why
we make you think you in friend zone.
A lot of women don't. A lot of women sit there and lie to these men, tell them that they love them, they want to spend the rest of their life with them, and then start moving funny. Let's keep it real. You got women who act just like men. Period.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Yeah, that's true.
And you got men who act just like women.
Yes.
You know what I mean? These niggas be gossiping like a motherfucker. I'm like, I never heard no so much talkative ass niggas.
I swear, once R. Kelly got locked up, I don't know what happened to 4-play and 12-play and romance and stuff like that. Like, maybe we need to have some more romantic songs playing on the radio or blasting the airways or something.
You got to, if for you to be romantic, you got to love a person. You got to want to feel that. You got to feel that, and you got to be able to do that. Everybody's not romantic.
So if you
and a lot of people do not accept the gestures. We see it on TikTok all the time, where a man can sit there, girlfriend on her birthday, get a hotel, decorate the hotel. This man have fake flowers on the floor. She got pissed off.
Are you serious?
Yes, he got her a Pandora bracelet. She was upset. Okay, and she was ungrateful. That's the only way he knew how to be romantic, and she did not take that gesture correctly.
Right, because she thought it was cheap.
Yeah,
It wasn't thoughtful.
yes,
If
but
you're
it
gonna have
was.
roses, have real roses.
Yeah, but sometimes, for me, why would I buy real roses that's going to get thrown away anyway? Now, in your tub, yes. In the water, I will put real roses. But on the floor, I'm going to put fake roses and take that money and spend it on your gift.
Right. And what if you're allergic? Shoot, what if you're allergic? So me personally, I like the fake flowers and stuff like that because I'm allergic to a lot of stuff. So yeah, I take the fake flowers. It's the point. It's the thought that counts.
I feel like he know that she's an ungrateful bride because this can't be the first instance that she act that way. So,
right.
But
I mean, unless they're new.
But
unless he's dating for image.
No, I think they was together for like 2 or 3 years. So you're right. He knew that about her.
Yeah,
and then he wanted to videotape it. So he set himself up for failure. Yes, you are correct. He did do that to himself. But in the same sense, everybody don't know how to be romantic. And everybody is not going to take that gesture like, oh, you did so much. Oh, I love it. I appreciate it. And some people are not going to take it like that.
I know what he did. He wanted the world to see how ungrateful his girl is, even though he knew she was already like that.
It seemed like some of these standards be coming from a lot of people follow these celebrities and all this bullshit on television and all this shit too much. Because it seemed like a lot of these high standards for this dating and all this shit comes from a lot of the music and a lot of the television that we fucking.
When did they become role models? When did they become the role models?
What happened when a nigga could make a fucking birthday card and it be appreciated? Nigga, you spending more time on that shit than buying some shit at the store. You know what I mean? Nigga, what the fuck?
Look,
I can't do arts and crafts no more for a motherfucker.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. You can do arts and crafts if you don't have the money. You just paid all the bills, and then when you get paid, we're gonna go do something. Yes, sometimes you have to sacrifice, and you can't always buy a card or do stuff because you paid bills or you just paid her card note and things like that. I understand that completely. But you can't make me a card every year and think I'm gonna accept that too. Okay, let's not do that.
No, let's not do that. A tradition. It gotta be a tradition.
No, you gotta up your tradition. Up it.
So
see, me, I love the creative stuff. I love to see, like, I just fall head over heels when a guy just perform a song for me and stuff like that, So
that's different. That's performing a song. We're talking about making a card. Arts and crafts, he said. So, and I'm literal. So let's, you gotta up your arts and
with the card though. Like you can get creative with that shit, yo. Like, and
you change it every year. You just can't keep making me some art. You just can't keep making me a card every year.
That's just an example. You know what I mean? Like, if it ain't gonna be like a bunch of expensive bullshit from a brand, like, you know what I mean? A bag don't mean you know what I mean?
Okay, so now that we're on that, how do you feel? Because this is like close to that topic. How do you feel about how they have those things like, oh, your 1 month anniversary, you supposed to do this. Your 2nd month anniversary, you supposed to do this.
How about we up our what they call it, expectations? How we start about we doing it at 1 year? Like that one month shit is a waste of fucking time. I've been with you for 1 month, blah blah blah. Shut up. That ain't shit. That ain't trying to go by fucking fast. Nigga, fuck that month.
Okay, but some women do like that. Some women look at that and they like that. So if you have a woman who likes that, you can do different things.
Yeah. You cater to
1 month, you can do a picnic. 2 months, you can go to a movie. Some women like that type of stuff. I'm not sitting there saying to go arts and crafts that shit.
You're talking about like 1 month, 2 months.
Do you think that's adding more pressure
No, because if they communicated and they talked, they would have known that she likes that.
Right.
Just like the other young lady said, he knew what he was getting himself into when he dated her. He knew she was ungrateful. He showing the hell did.
But it depends on how long he was for, like 2 years.
Yeah, he was with her for 2 or 3 years. But it's the same thing. If you're dating somebody and you're talking to them, you're communicating, you're learning things about them, you're gonna know that they like to celebrate their 1 month anniversary, their 2 month anniversary. That's you talking and communicating. If you can't talk and communicate, why be with a person?
Correct.
Because after the love making, after the fucking, however y'all want to put it, the sex, excuse my language, after that, you still have to like a person. You still have to have stuff in common with a person. You still got to want to sit around a person and crack jokes and laugh and watch movies and do sip and paint and want to go to escape rooms and want to, oh my God, we've been together for 2 years. Let's decide. Maybe we want to buy a house or maybe we want to move in together. Like, it's more to a relationship than just sex.
Exactly.
I have to like you. If I don't like you, I'm not going to want to be around you. And if I don't want to be around you, I'm going to go be around somebody else. Because I like them. I don't like you.
No, wow.
Right. People got to take the time to get to want to know their partner. You know what I'm saying? They got to take that time.
Yeah, to talk and get to know
Like
each other.
sometimes you might not like doing something or watching something, but you have to dive into what they're into just to get just a hint or, you know,
Every month
experience something.
Like, that's extra. Like,
What?
that's too excessive.
You said you're not gonna do nothing that you don't want to do. So if you don't like it, say you your girl want to go skating, you don't like skating at all. So you won't try to go skating for her just to dive into something that she's interested.
That's just like saying, oh, it's a 1 month anniversary, 2 month anniversary. That's just, then you're gonna have fucking 12 anniversaries by the end of the month. I mean, by the end of the year, if that shit happens. You're
not gonna have 12 anniversaries. You
But
just celebrated.
Valentine's Day should be every day. That's what people say.
No, the fuck it shouldn't. That was, hey, you know what the real story behind the Valentine's Day?
No, we don't want to know.
It's some bad shit.
I just want the dang gifts. That's what.
Oh, now we get down to the card.
The love.
What people say is that I tell the person that I care about that I love them every day. So Valentine's Day should not be such a big, I gotta go splurge on you like that. But it is. It's just like Sweetie's Day. Sweetie's Day is for men.
I don't know.
I never heard of it.
Sweetie's Day is just like a Valentine's Day for men.
That's just like me because I never heard of it because maybe I'm always the one that should be getting, you know.
No.
That's what
it has to be. But the thing is this, when is it 50-50? Now, don't get it wrong. I know it'll never be always 50-50. Sometimes it's 20-80. Sometimes it's 60-40. But we always want the men to sit there, buy us gifts, tell us how they feel. I like just because gifts, right? And when I'm with somebody, I do just because gifts because I like them. Mm-hmm. So I could pop up to his job and be like, here you go, just because. And it could be a basket full of snacks he likes, cards, whatever I want to put in there. But it's just because.
But that's
women always want the men to do this, and this, but we don't want to give it back to them. You don't think they want to be wined and dined? You don't think they want to be taken out for a picnic? They do. You don't think they want to feel like they special and they loved?
I mean, they need to open their mouth and say something then because
they shouldn't have to because y'all don't open up y'all mouths. Us women don't open up our mouths and say we want this and want that all the time. And we expect the men to read our minds. No, they're not mind readers. They're human just like us. Communication is the key. And what you do for him, what he do for you, you should do for him. Yeah. Send him $20 just for lunch. Oh, I don't know if you went to lunch yet, but here goes lunch on me. I have had that happen to me many of times. And I have did that to the person I was with.
They didn't send me $20. They were sending more than $20.
Well, I'm saying $20. I'm just using that as an example. Right. It could be 20, 50, 60. I got sent $400 to do what I want and spend on me. Okay. It's the point. we always want men to do this and do that, but sometimes we don't give it back to them. Is that fair? Is that right?
I mean, shoot, it may not be fair, it may not be right, but we know somebody giving something back to them because we know they out here sharing they little community.
But what if they're not?
Okay, so if they're not.
But my thing is, half the time he's sharing, he community did,
and that's why
if you know that, if you know he community did, you chose to deal with that.
Yep, that's what I be telling. That's what I be saying.
Stop settling. You don't have to settle for that. If that's not what you want, why settle for it?
Right. It's okay not to be sexually active. It's okay, you guys. Y'all can be like me and not want to do anything with no one.
Well, that's on you. I ain't talking about that. What I'm saying is, if you know your guy is out there giving his stuff, his dick out to everybody, you chose to deal with that. You don't have to deal with it. You can say, no, I don't want to deal with that. You have a choice. You have that choice.
And that's what I be saying when you have these men and women going back and forth at each other and stuff like that. Y'all both choose to do that. And I think they all should hook up and relinquish some of that energy they have, and maybe they can come to some kind of agreement.
They need to clear themselves. They need to cleanse themselves. They need to, you know what I mean? They need to work on themselves.
Right.
You don't always need to go to somebody else when something. Sometimes you just need to sit with yourself for a minute. Appreciate your motherfucking self, especially if the last motherfucker didn't.
Right.
Better than any motherfucking body.
But that's the thing. Some people can't be by themselves. They don't know how.
They need to learn. They need to fucking learn.
So let me ask you this. How would you tell somebody if they come to you and be like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I just got this relationship. I don't want to be by myself. And you tell them, well, you need to be. So the person, your homeboy, sit there and say, so how do you do that? How do I be by myself? What advice would you give them?
I would tell them to work on themselves. You know what
I
mean?
He don't know how.
I would tell him he needs to sit down and meditate. He needs to get down to himself. He needs to write down his pros and cons that he like about himself, dislike about himself, the things he want to change, the things he want to improve on. He needs to write down what he's looking for, what he may not be looking for, all the values that he have and that he want in his life. So that way when he see it, he knows what it is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So he can be doing all that, working on himself, meditating. You know what I'm saying? Semen retention. You know what I'm saying? Like all those things are good combination in getting back to yourself.
The nigga gotta remember who the fuck
he was. Things that you love and like to do.
What do you say? Say it again.
He got to remember what the fuck he was about before he was even in a relationship. Everybody was on some shit before they even started fucking with people. You know what I mean? What the fuck you on before that? Get back to your motherfucking self. People be forgetting themselves. They get lost in everybody else, and then they lose their fucking identity.
Yeah, some of us do lose ourselves in the relationship because we want to focus on our partner, or maybe what they got going is what we're focusing on to push forward. But that don't mean give up on yourself. Still make sure you make time for yourself.
He's not saying that. What he's saying is that when you get into a relationship, you don't give up on yourself. You just forget about yourself because you consume yourself with your partner, which I understand that.
Yeah, I agree.
And that's how you do. But you got to, what people fail to realize, like I have my friends, you have your friends, then we have our friends together. Mm-hmm. And that's how it should be in a relationship. And also single, they sit there and say single people shouldn't be hanging out with people in relationships. But you still got your friends to where you can talk to them and you don't forget yourself, because your day ones is going to keep you grounded.
Yeah. And I believe it depends on what type of single person you are. Because I think single person could benefit from being around people who's in relationships. You know what I mean? Depending on what type of energy they are. You know?
Yeah, because that's what they say. If you broke You don't want to keep hanging around broke people. You want to get around people who have money or who's business minded, so that you can come up with strategies and ways to make money and keep money in your pocket and keep it flowing.
You know,
So yeah, that's right. And to renew the mind is to renew your soil always.
I've been in social settings and like work or whatnot, and niggas will get to talking about their relationship and and people want to relate to people when they conversate. People want to relate to people, and then they'll try to drag you up in that shit to try to put your, and then you just always gotta separate your shit. Like, that's one thing I don't bring up my shit around people, and I always make sure to separate my shit from whatever the fuck they going through.
Right, because I noticed like some people, they'll just tell you all the bad stuff. They'll tell you how they partner ain't shit and they ain't doing this, but they would never tell you what they did to get their partner there. You know what I'm saying? Or what they did to bring them out of it, you know?
The thing is, when people tell you, like some people may need advice. Maybe they want to vent because they don't have nobody to talk to. Then you have some people who sit there and who say things about their relationship is because they want somebody to condone what they're doing. Well, yeah, if she's treating you like this, then you need to go. No, no.
They ain't gonna get that type of shit from me. They ain't gonna get what they want from me then, if that's the case. I ain't gonna never tell them no bullshit or do no reactionary shit.
No. But what I will tell them, you got to do what's best for you, and you got to put yourself first. I tell everybody that. That's the main goal. You need to do what's best for you and put yourself first. Now, if putting yourself first means you need to get out of a toxic relationship, then you got to do what you got to do to get out that relationship. Period, point blank. To make yourself happy, to put yourself first. But I'm not fit to tell you to stay with somebody and you know your person is not actually cheating or doing all that and you go and cheat. I would never tell nobody to do that, but I'm going to tell you to put yourself first.
Or even then. Oh, I'm sorry, sis.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, or even then, even if they is, I'm not gonna just tell you to just stay and just add toxic shit and do the same shit. I'm not gonna condone that shit either.
Right.
I just feel like that's a waste of time.
That is.
And then you got to look at it like this. If you hanging out with these people and stuff like that, and you're a married man or a married woman, your mate gonna be like, that's how your friend get down? I wonder if you're covering up for them also, or you're lying to their mate.
But the thing is, your person, your wife, your girlfriend, whoever, boyfriend, they should know that that's not how you move. If they really know you, they're going to know you don't move like that. And they wouldn't think that.
Right.
If they truly know you.
Right. But people only know the version they like most of the time.
Well, people know the version that you show too.
Yeah.
And people
that's why I start off showing my crazy ass side first.
Yeah,
what you say?
I was gonna say people tell the truth when they ain't expecting to sometimes too. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a truth about their character that they might not want you to know, but it's just some little shit. I'll be picking up shit like patterns and what people saying shit. I might not. If you say something once, I might not think about it. But if you say it 2-3 times and some shit connects, yeah, it's gonna be in the back of my mind, even if I don't say some shit to you.
Right.
Right.
You have to listen and observe. And you have to look out. They call them red flags, but you have to sit there and monitor that stuff and watch for that.
Because people will tell you who they are.
They will.
You know, they'll show you better, even if they try to hide the shit. Everything comes to the light. You know what I mean? Everything. So
it does. It always do.
You know. Oh
yeah. That was so sad to hear that about D'Angelo.
Yeah. I heard they said you know, he was under the same label as Angie Stone too. Under Universal.
Oh, wasn't he fighting cancer?
I thought that's what I was talking about. I thought he was fighting cancer. I thought
he was.
What did they say he died of anyway?
It was cancer. I want to say prostate, but don't quote me. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, he was fighting cancer.
Cause right when they say pneumonia, I be like, my eyebrows go up every time I hear if a star died of pneumonia or drowning. My eyebrows go up.
Yeah. I think I think somebody, I think Nicki Minaj tweeted or something that Rock Nation has something to do with that shit.
You know what? And I'm gonna tell y'all this because I don't follow all the tweets. I'm not that type of person. I don't follow the tweets. I do look at TikTok and I just browse through certain things. I be on the TikTok shop. But a lot of stuff people say nowadays is because they want to get attention. They want to be seen because they're not relevant no more. Or they're not as relevant as other singers or stars or people. So I think some people just sit there and just say stuff to say stuff. I really do. And I just don't follow it.
It's clout.
I'm starting to think of all of these, actors and musicians, and all of these niggas are just some characters. And it's all a big ass psyop, and it's connected to the government and all of them motherfuckers. And they play on people's minds. You know what I mean? They try to put society in this way or that way. You know what I mean? Because I think
well, that's their job. They're entertainers.
Than what it is. I think what we think is more have more effect on reality than what we think. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, the shit that we think, the shit that we say, I think that got more effect on reality than what we think. You know what I mean? I think it goes back into how our words hold power and all of that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And they do, but we gotta still understand what we forget is that they're entertainers, right? They get paid to entertain.
They tell you what they
music, their movies, they get paid to entertain. And sometimes I think, now don't get it wrong, some of their beefs, they do be real. They really do be beefing. But a lot of that, when they start putting it out there, that's entertainment for us.
And that's what people watch.
And a lot of people like reality. They love the reality show. So when you have stars, when you have two rappers or two singers or whatever beefing against each other, going back and forth, that's reality. We like reality. And it's entertaining.
And it's gonna make ticket sales go up, views go up, you know what I'm saying? So they thinking about their revenue at that point, like
that negativity, you know what I mean? That negativity.
Right.
When someone starts losing their life and stuff, that's when you have to really sit there and think about like, yo.
Yeah, because some of the beats be real. That's why I said that. But for me, like bro said, if we stop focusing on the negativity and start focusing on the positivity and how we can grow as a people, I think we'll be better off.
Right.
But we know we got people who like to watch the negativity. So it's always going to be there. It's never going to go away. It's never going to go away. It's not. But I mean, they're entertainers, and that's what they get paid to do, to entertain. So I just take it as that's what they're doing. They're doing their job. They're entertaining, even if their beef is real.
And some people just don't know real from fantasy, or you know what I'm saying? It's a blurred line right now, especially since AI.
I just feel like they doing more. You know what I mean? Because they're influencing the youth. You know what I mean? They're in the youth. But to tell you the truth, I think it's not as. I feel like they perpetuate the negative more than what it actually is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know
There's a lot of good stuff happening.
I see a bunch of different types of black people, but they only show like one or two types, 1, 2, 3 types. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
So
they show the types that prove them right.
Yeah, exactly. That prove whatever the fuck they want to prove.
Exactly. Whatever they are pitching. I said pitching like a salesperson, but yeah.
That's what they is, though. They be selling the fuck out of shit. That's all they do. And think about the music, it ain't shit but advertisement for their bullshit. advertising lifestyles and bullshit we don't need.
Yeah, but that goes into parenting too.
Right.
Like you have to sit there and we know what's right from wrong, right?
Right.
Our mom instilled that in us, right? So we know that that's bullshit. We're not dealing with that. We're not listening to that. We're not going to do that. I know that's not real life. I don't have to portray that.
Mhm.
Some people don't know that. Some people didn't have that type of foundation,
I know.
right? Some people didn't have that type of foundation, and a lot of people had to figure it out on their own. So people who they've been interacting with, what they learned from their friends or who was around in their community, that's what they learned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah, it is. I feel like everything is connected, you know what I mean, and it runs into a cycle, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, we could break the cycle, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Exactly.
You know what I mean. It just starts with how we move. And I just feel like it starts with us. You know what I mean. You got to go within yourself. You can't expect shit from nobody if you can't do it yourself. You know what I mean. If you
And we
can't-
got to realize it's a cycle to break.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't acknowledge that there's a cycle that we need to break.
They get stuck in it.
Yeah. And a lot of people think what they're doing is right and nobody can tell me nothing different. So that's why they don't break that cycle. You got to understand that there is a cycle that you need to be broken, and then you need to figure out how to break it and how to sustain it. And once you do that, then you're going to see a difference in a lot of people of minorities.
Because if you notice, a lot of other ethnicities, or I shouldn't even say ethnicities, but you know, they don't really talk about their drama and shit. I don't see it. They ain't on there talking about how bad they women are and stuff. It's like it's always something about black women on the dang internet. Not that I'm looking for it or anything like that. It's just popping up. I'm like, yo, what the hell is something else?
I think all men from all ethnicities complain about the women they date.
Mm-hmm.
Period, point blank.
Yeah,
They
but
do.
she's saying, but we see it more on social media with ours. The shit that's going between our people. You know what I mean? The beef between our men.
Because we always want to put stuff on social media. That's why.
And we're always trying to blast each other, always trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
point the finger.
hold people accountable.
We always got to hold ourselves accountable first. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the problem. Everybody's trying to point their finger. And then when you point your finger, everybody going to be in defense mode. Nobody going to take accountability of shit now. You know what I mean?
Right.
You did that and blah, 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 blah.
It's going to be like, oh, I only did that because you did this. If you only did this, I wouldn't have said that.
It's like, do we want to fix the shit or not? You know, if you want to have a conversation or not. Okay, that's both at fault. What do you want? This is what I want. You know what I mean? But at first, we got to hold ourselves accountable. Because if we can't accept the bullshit that we doing, then how can somebody accept the bullshit they doing?
That's true.
Ain't gonna look at it.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I can say we've been holding a lot of people accountable. That's why they put P. Diddy in jail. That's why they had locked up R. Kelly and some other people that you know, and other people should be in there too, but we ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm not gonna say that they're not supposed to be in jail. I feel like they're trying to prove a point.
Yeah.
And they're trying to prove a point with R. Kelly and P. Diddy, or with any other African American that they put in jail, like Bill Cosby. Like,
right.
Y'all know these things happen. Y'all knew what was going on. and now y'all want to come back 150 years and say something about Bill Cosby.
Right.
Like, you should have did that when it happened.
Exactly.
It should have been happening, but you're right. I feel like they're trying to prove a point.
Right.
Because it's a lot of other people that are not held accountable for their actions. And they did the same thing as R. Kelly and them.
I feel like all of that shit would have been allotted for them niggas if they probably made a move against, they probably did some shit that the people above them didn't want them to do. And so they go, okay, now we're going to put your dirt on you. Like, they knew them niggas was on that shit. They probably put them in that shit. Because they in that shit too. You know what I mean? But they using it against them because they did something that was outside of the scope of what they wanted them to do. Like, this nigga think he getting too bold now. I'm gonna put this nigga in his place. The nigga still just got slapped on the wrist. The nigga Diddy Elite.
Yeah.
But
it becomes to that point where some people have that secret animosity and they don't want you to be bigger than them. They don't want you to have more than them. They don't want you to have a bigger bank account than them. They don't want you to have more roles.
Or they don't want you to be happy.
Yeah, or they don't want you to be happy, you know? Some people just want your life.
some niggas that's got some shit against you. It might be because of some past shit. Who knows?
Yeah, that's true too.
You know, and a lot of the times it's because of something within themselves. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
The shit people don't like is usually a character of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
That they try to dispel, but they reject.
It's like a reflection.
Because they can't do it. Or they didn't know how to do it.
And by watching you, now they can see.
You know, it's like love and hate. It's like it's on the same train. It's just like hot and cold. You know what I mean? It's just different degrees.
Like a low note, high note.
Different extremes. Yeah. It's all the same shit, different extremes. You go far enough up is going to be down. Like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Because, you know, you can only go up so far until you have to walk down.
Look, what the fuck is the angel? An angel and a demon is low-key the same shit. One just fell.
That's true.
That's true.
That is true.
So, you could be right all you want, but there's some wrong in your shit too.
But that's because everybody is human. You're going to have right. You're going to have wrong. Because guess what? Life is a trial and error. Everybody is learning just how to survive right now. That's it. We're learning how we're trying to survive and maintain. That's what we're doing. So it's trial and error. Now I know I can make an extension on my electricity bill only once or twice without them really coming to try to get me and cut it off. Like, it's a trial and error.
Right.
You know? It's trial and error.
See what we can do.
You have to learn. And then you have to, and once you learn, you got to try not to make that same mistake.
Right. That's like how everybody say this planet is like for school, is like to teach us certain things and stuff like that. So yeah.
I believe that. I'll be trying to learn something every day. You know. And sometimes I have to just reflect and say, okay, I'm not always right. You know what I mean? I can feel how I was wrong in this situation, or how I came off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I can try to adapt for next time. You know what I mean? So.
But that's you growing and developing and learning from your mistakes, and you owning up to it.
Because if you don't, you ain't gonna grow.
That is true.
Because you ain't gonna think it's an issue, but you ain't gonna grow from that motherfucker. You don't think that shit can be grown from, nigga. Like, if you think you're the smartest motherfucker in the room and you can't get no smarter, nigga, you ain't gonna get smarter. You
Right.
ain't gonna learn shit else. You ain't gonna be open to.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
See, I love the conversation tonight because we really hit those topics, yo. Like, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. You feel me? Drop comments, reach out to us, hit our platform, let us know how you feel and think. You know, we're gonna start with closing remarks. Anything, your side?
No. You know, I was wondering when Phoenix was gonna come. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely good to have you here, sis.
You know,
Thank you. Y'all know I don't do these podcasts and stuff. Y'all know I don't like to be on. I like to be in the background.
Well, we kept it exclusive.
yeah.
Exactly.
This probably be the
First
last.
time ever.
Yeah, this probably be the last time.
I don't believe that.
Make sure y'all hit the comments and request for Phoenix to come back on this platform. So that way we can get it. 500 likes, we're going to bring Phoenix back.
Mm-mm.
Make it happen.
Y'all so crazy. Y'all are crazy. Y'all know I don't like to be on things.
But make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe and check out everybody's platform now. Until next time, next week, it may not be Thursday, it may be Friday, or it may be Friday, or it may be Thursday. I don't know, or it may be Friday and Thursday, but just stay tuned and check us out.
All right.